Alright, pimpin'. It is 10:15 p.m. July 1st, 2024. Monday. This is for week 26. I have missed an entire month of doing these. I'm trying to remember if I think it was all just one chunk. I think before that I hadn't missed a single week this year. But once I fell off, I completely fell off. So I guess I'll start from where we left off. I didn't bother to listen to the whole update from week 22. I just kind of skimmed through it to see if I was missing anything, but I really wasn't. I remember how everything went down. Basically, this whole thing. I'll just go from the beginning. I was doing a lot of grounding. I just found the inversion table and shit. I was doing grounding, focusing on gardening, and trying to play with Obi as much as possible, basically. I don't think I mentioned it, but I did a Truist app too. It might have been like the day before or the day of the 6th, which is when basically my like little mini vacation started. So I don't know exactly. I just felt like there came a point where I was kind of cheating myself by not allowing myself to drink or whatever. And it's kind of hard to explain. Anyway, I had a phone conversation with my aunt, right? It's like I wanted to be social, but I had no one to be social with. I thought that was the problem. Like I felt very alone and very like just kind of burnt out. And I had received my refund for quite a while or whatever. So I kind of had in the back of my mind, I think I mentioned it in week 22. It's like maybe I'll make a weed purchase or something of that nature, and potentially get wine and that kind of thing. So I called my aunt and had a conversation with her, just kind of in an attempt. I took a day off, is what happened. I think it was a Thursday. I know it was the 6th of June. Something like it was like one of those days where when I woke up, I knew it was going to be a day off. And I called my aunt as I was like, okay, well, this is something that I can do. And then I got in contact with a person about making a purchase during when I tell you like the way this day went, it was like actually perfect. I literally called my aunt, and then we had a fantastic conversation, like a literally amazing conversation. And in the swing of that, like very like in rhythm, I got in contact with a guy that I know from a long time ago, and I've purchased stuff from him before, and actually it was like 2 or 3 times. So it's kind of interesting. Well, I don't have the lights on. It's kind of interesting that he did this, but basically he sent me a menu of almost like an official store or something like that on Telegram, and and then he told me that he would deliver. I think he charged me like $5 for gas. But anyway, I went through his thing, and I was like, okay, I'll just get an eighth. There was like a mushroom chocolate bar, which I was like, definitely gonna get that. And then I got a vape as well. So I ended up spending like $85. And then so what I did was when I got the stuff, it was melted. So I had to like freeze that. And I guess the plan was to trip, and then if it went well, then drink wine. It was like 2 bottles of wine, and then get back in, like, get that out of my system and get back into the groove, basically. I kind of had the intention of wanting to get some self-assurance, I guess. I cried multiple times. Like I put the thing in the freezer, and I took a toke from the vape, which was amazing, right? And then what's it called? I sat there for a while, and I don't know, there was like this pre-shadow kind of thing. Like I knew I was going to take, magic mushrooms, and it just kind of has this vibe to it. The day took this tone onto it, and yeah, I don't know what it was. It just felt like something was amiss in my and that I just wasn't living enough. I wasn't allowing myself to live enough. And what ended up happening was, like, I was very focused on God and Jesus at the time, because I was very afraid, because I didn't want to be disobedient. I didn't want to succumb to my addiction to alcohol. You know what I mean? What I wanted was, what I felt was happening, and what I wanted was, it's like essentially permission, and also kind of like a clean bill of health is kind of the vibe that I was praying for. I wanted to, it's like, and I got that. That's the sense that I got, the sense that I got was, it's okay to do this. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it's okay, and appropriate, and all that stuff. So, I took what ended up being like a heroic dose of fucking mushrooms. I didn't know. People tell you not to eat the whole thing, and I definitely didn't do that. My plan was to take 4 pieces, okay? So I took 4. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take 4 pieces, and I thought that was like one row, right? So that means that there would be 16 pieces. But when I opened it up, I thought that there was only 8. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take, and the dosages have whatever. So I ate what I thought was 8 pieces, or 4 pieces. It turns out that was 8 pieces. I did not know that, but it literally kicked in like 30 minutes in, and I immediately was like, okay, I need to go for the walk. I'm in for a trip. And then, the whole thing was go to the gas station to purchase the wine. And I was pretty apparent right away that that I wasn't missing out on anything. And that it was kind of interesting, because, like, my concern was that I was missing. I kind of wish I would have done this earlier, because I explained it a couple times to a few different people, and I feel like I'm doing a worse job now because it's a minute ago. But it was like what it felt like was that I was being put in like the presence of God, essentially, right? I felt like that's what I had achieved when I did that, when I took the shrooms. But the thing is that it's not like it had been a very long time, right? Like, part of me felt like, okay, I take these, I need to get that refresher or whatever spiritually, because it's been many, many years since I've taken it. And what it ended up being it's like, nope, this is a familiar place to you because of your spiritual practice, right? That's essentially what it was. And I basically knew that everything I had been doing was working very well. And I knew just how good I was doing. And I knew that it was like a huge, just getting crowned, or getting, like knighted or some shit. That's what it felt like. I basically realized, like, okay, no, what I've been doing in spiritual practice is very real, and it's working very well. And actually, you have no idea. It's like, basically, you have no idea how much you've done already. Is essentially what it was, kind of communicating, if you want to look at it that way. So I very confidently, I was so sure that the right thing to do was to drink wine. So I in like a celebratory, like, kind of chat with what I perceived as God as I'm walking around. There's a lot of, like, just a lot of thinking about Jesus and whatnot. It was a really amazing time. I basically, I think I'm going to turn around instead of going on this road. Maybe not, though. Yeah, so I bought that wine. I started listening to music and hanging out. And, like, barely before I even, I called my brother, basically. And at this point, I'm like maybe 4 hours into my trip. I think I really did it perfectly the first time. I ain't gonna lie. I called my brother. He came over. We talked. Nothing crazy. It was said or whatever. But I just knew that I was getting, like, basically spiritually knighted. That's what it felt like. And I slept for like 3 days straight after that. Literally, I didn't wake up until like Sunday. Oh, they're dealing with that noise. I didn't expect this part to take so long. So yeah, that's basically what happened. It was the 6th of June. And just very suddenly, stuff kind of came to a head where I was like, man, I just feel like I didn't know what I needed, but I needed to do something, something different. And it was all prayerfully done, and it was done, like the way, like, you know, I'm talking about that day. Having a conversation with my aunt. It was just like a beautiful conversation that really like solidified a lot, or yeah, and affirmed a lot of the stuff that I was already thinking. And then the ease of being able to just have like the package dropped off to me, which by the way, I still have many left over. Like I still have some of the chocolate bar left over. I still have, you know, some of the eighth, most of it, and the vape is still kicking, and I've been on that fucking vape. I've been on it. So basically that turned into a complete halt of doing anything. And you know, there was a part of the trip was like knowing that basically everything is perfect and that God is in control, and that has been integrated more and more in how I'm acting. And it turned into a like the time started passing. I'm like, okay, I just was basically doing the bare minimum, you know, taking care of the plants like as needed, and mostly just being high. I was taking unlimited tokes back on like the 4-hour schedule, and I drank three times. There was the 6th. The Robles came over for a visit, so I got to see my cousins and my aunt and my uncle, and they left alcoholic beverages that I drank. And then there was, I think it was last night. This is over the course of essentially a month or 3 weeks, however you want to look at it. And what was the other thing? Yeah, I did mushrooms twice. I did that a couple days before, like a couple days ago. I just took like 4 pieces, and I was trying to not drink, and I didn't, and it was kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie. It was good, but it wasn't as good as I would have liked it to be, I guess. Which was fine. It doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I keep just being a little greedy. That happens sometimes with mushrooms and me. It's like, I mean, it really is a supernatural occurrence. But anyway, yeah, the time that I drank last. So the first time I had 2 bottles of wine, I drank myself and puked. Then I had when the Robles came over, I was feeling myself again, and I ended up for the same reasons that I've been feeling myself, by the way, for the same reasons that led to me deciding that I was good to drink, and that I've been doing, you know, same reason why, basically because of, you know, interactions with family members that just further confirmed how I was feeling. I drank like maybe 10 drinks, maybe 10 beers. And was, you know, queasy or whatever. And then the other day, I wanted to make a song and I wanted to drink, and it was late and I didn't want to go for a walk, so I drank 2 of my brother's Twisted Teas, because I just recently found out that from Andrew Huberman that 2 drinks per week is the cutoff before you start to have neurological atrophy, which is crazy. And then there's just that being enlightened to that fact was a scary thing, because I'm like, man, all those times that I drank, I drank fucking 10, 20 drinks a day or some shit like that, you know what I mean? And but yeah, the whole combination of the thing, like I was queasy multiple times as a result of the mushrooms, as a result of the wine. The last time I drank, I only had two. I had two Twisted Teas, and it was enough to basically last me 2, 3, 4 hours, and then I just smoked at the end, and went into session to finish it off, and it seems like it's like one session is just better than all of that. It's 100% better. The other things are different, so they're like flavors, but the only one that actually kills any type of time is session, because if you drink 2 times, like two. So anyway, if you're gonna have 2 drinks a week, that's one instance of drinking a week, and it's a very light instance. It's only going to like kind of spark the thing from the thing happening. It's just not a long period of time that's gonna be taken up by that. You feel me? Whereas currently it's like 4 hours a day. The other, on the other thing. Anyway, didn't have any soda or ice cream or anything like that, and didn't have tobacco or hard liquor during this period. And also made 3 songs: "Save Me," which is like inspired by 50 Cent; "Go Outside," which is inspired by a lot of people. Pharrell. Who else? I Am Sue, and like just like a pop kind of song. And then "Match," which it's on a Tyla type beat, but it's very like tropical feeling, which went really well with the Twisted Tea flavor at the time. I also got my A and got my B in the classes, so 3.5, which is exactly the GPA I need to maintain. The class I got the B in, I had a B the whole time. It was a high B, so I was still going for an A, but there was a project that I got docked to where I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to get an A, and because you're not being clear with your instructions and whatever. So I basically stopped trying in that class. I don't even think I did the last couple assignments in the other class either, because I just knew I was going to get my A. So I did like the bare minimum. Like I just turned stuff in. It wasn't like well done, but enough to like get at least some credit, 50 to 60%, to guarantee a B. So that's what I did. Then I had a week off that ended yesterday or today, whatever, however you want to look at it. And then today's July 1st. And then today is also like literally the first day of the second half of the year, essentially. Yeah, today is the first day of the second half of the year. I spent like $135 on. So I spent like $115 on the 6th. To get all that stuff that I still have some of, and to get wine. And then I gave Axel 20 for a rim, a basketball rim. And then I spent about 100 on what's it called? Gardening stuff. And then I got 100 from food. So yeah, basically, I took the time off after, like, it kind of came to a head, and then that experience kind of informed the rest of my moves. Not seeing a lot of like physical like aesthetic changes to my physique, so I'm kind of killing myself to keep up that pace. And then I definitely stayed with my sessions. I'm at like, I owe -10 right now. I'm 10 hours ahead on my sessions. You know, I feel like really what it is that I'm not used to being on my best behavior for that long a period of time is basically it. So nothing stopped me this time, which is beautiful, right? I didn't have a familial issue or a situational issue that threw me off, which is fantastic. So there's no excuse in that regard. The excuse essentially stems from just not having built up to that level yet because of those previous experiences. So I didn't know how long it was going to be. I basically was acting. I was like, okay, you know what? I'm basically acting as if I was injured, but it didn't take me getting injured. That's basically what this is. I'm basically acting as if I got injured, but I didn't get injured. We'll see how long it takes. Then I'm like, well, maybe I just like take the summer off. You know what I mean? Maybe I just take the summer off. And then get back to it for you know, the fall or whatever. But I'm over it. You know what I mean? I think I'm about ready to just get back to doing what I was doing, basically. Yeah. I just got some financial aid news. Basically, I've been kind of trying to figure out the math on that for a hot minute, but I got an estimate of exactly how much money I'm going to be getting for school today, which was kind of up in the air. Luckily, I didn't have to call anybody or anything like that. Also, something that was hanging is I never did EBT, but I don't think I'm technically supposed to be getting that, so I don't really care. Plus, I have a lot left over. And also, the website, I locked my card, so they got one charge for 100 through, but at the very least, they're not taking my money, which is the most important thing. So I should be able to like re-up for cheap soon. Do a cheap solution for that. Maybe do something with EBT. But the main thing is the fact that I now know I have my award for financial aid, so I kind of know, you know, roughly. It's kind of what I estimated from Jump Street, but it's it's weird. It's like a little bit more. It's more and less. It's just, but basically, I anticipated about 9,000 at 1,500 a term, but for some reason I overlooked the fact that, like, I counted 6 terms instead of 4. So it ended up still being about the same, around that 9,000 number total, but with less terms, so I'm getting more per term. Which is, I think, it's like a little bit less, like by like a couple $100. I don't want to be spending any more money on anything, so, you know, like the gardening thing I think is pretty much over with. I do have that Amazon purchase I want to make, but that's pretty much it. So just a quick recap. I had to take a day off, had an emotional roller coastery day. I came out of that with a very like relaxed, trusting mentality and a surety when it comes to spiritual matters that made it the priority. Plus, I just had weed, so I was just, you know, just literally just chilling. Didn't play any kind of StarCraft, any type of video games at all. Just like locked in sessions. Anyway, So now, I'm currently, the plan is to do 3 sets a day, right? I'm trying to fit it around the the current the current situation. Like I just see it going better this way. If I do 3 a day, um, I could essentially, it's a perfect mesh of everything, right? So because I've had the time to rethink it, um, I feel like I could consistently do 3 a day. If I miss a day, I just miss a day. You know what I mean? Like all this owing and stuff like that. There and and the yeah. If I miss a day, I miss a day. You know what I mean? But yeah, three posts, 3 sets. We could do 1 day with 2 sets and 2 posts. To get it around 20. I'm going to lower the reps a lot. I'm going to start at like 5 and focus on form, and then basically do the whole like set, or yeah, post, set, eat, sadhana, game / school, and then session. And then yeah, just doing the 3 sets. That's really it. That's all. I mean, you know what I mean? I was still doing schoolwork. I was still, making music and all that stuff, and I really didn't even drink that much. You know what I mean? But that's what it looks like now. That's me getting that out of my system. It doesn't look like me buying, hard liquor and like spending all my money or whatever. Literally was very tame, very tame. I really also feel like I think I'm good in terms of alcohol, meaning like I don't really want to do it in the same. It's not the same. Definitely not tobacco. Like I've been lighting them like candles outside to smell it, and I don't know why I would ever change that. If I like, that's like probably the worst I would ever do. So, I've been kind of neglecting my plants a little bit, but it's been raining, so that's good. It's been raining. A lot of I've been actually trying to chill out on the like chat head thing. But I could basically say that I have successfully injected myself into that like social sphere, that environment. I got to the point where it's a little bit heavy or too much. So yeah, I guess that's it. I thought I would have like, I don't know, more to say. I felt like that should be longer. But that's basically it. I'm very happy with it. I'm I'm glad that I did, like, it's I feel like I have just been at the beach. You know what I mean? I feel like I actually feel like I took a vacation, and at this point, we're just trying to get as much like consistency as we possibly can, So it's like, so far, there was, I think, 2 vacations or maybe more. There was the week of 420. There was the week prior to that I took a short period off, and then I took this month vacation for this quote-unquote summer. And for whatever reason, I feel like, okay, if this is my vacation, there's only a few things I'm asking myself to do that would basically feel like a vacation and still satisfy my, like my required things. Anyway, basically, 3 posts, 3 sets, and back to streaming, essentially. And just lock in and do that for as long as possible, hopefully until the end of the year when I could get this fucking P shot. Which I was thinking about yesterday. I'm like, oh snap, I'm that much closer to actually earning that procedure, which is, something I really look forward to doing. And then also, they'll let me get a couple settlements, because then I could basically, also I realized that the whole like doing the van and like working a security job, it's something that it should be more prioritized, because it's just the amount of money that I would generate is actually kind of insane for the amount of effort that it would take. So it's like, literally, if I do that for like 2 years or something, I just threw that number out. If I did that for like 2 years, it would be pretty lit, like monetarily. So it's not just about like wanting to leave as much as it's like I'm leaving money on the table at this point. I don't want to work a job at the fucking gas station and break myself. I'm not going to do all this extra shit. You know what I mean? Like, the way I'm doing it is perfectly fine. I'll get the funds I need, make it happen, and then that'll be the catalyst to me never having to worry about these types of things again. And that's it. That's pretty much it. You just stick to the plan. You do this. You don't spend any money. You don't add any new bills, and you accelerate yourself to a position where you have a secure van, and you can like safely and securely and steadily relocate yourself to California, probably San Francisco, and then work a security job. You need some cushion for that. Not really though, because you could also sell plasma, like literally, but yeah. And then like just work there for however long, stay up with everything else you're doing, and then yeah, that's just the play. So right now, what we're looking at till the end of the year, with intentions of, getting a van and going to San Francisco so that we can work a security job, and doing it the safest, most realistic way possible. That's basically what we're looking at. So there's an arbitration hearing on the 3rd. I want to study the adverse action thing. I said before, I need to do my website. I need to figure out a cheap solution. Check out what's possible with EBT, make my Amazon purchase, clean my room, garden, which is germinate the melons, plant the banana trees, have a fertilizing schedule, and then also like straighten up the sunflowers, like put them in a in a position, prop them up basically. Also, I need to stream and look into presets for FL Studio and BandLab. That's pretty much it. So this first week I think is going to be kind of like a grace period, where I don't expect to perfectly kill it, but then like starting on the 7th or around there, we should be kind of firing on all cylinders and ready to hunker down for the rest of the year, basically. I'm just going to take it a little bit easier on the working out front. I don't want to hurt myself, so I'm going to figure out I don't know if it's going to be with 45s or what, probably with 45s, just super low reps, and then work my way up slowly and just kind of see where I'm at. It's just more of a maintenance situation is kind of where I want to be at until further notice. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Once again, I'm really happy with how it went. It's going great with sessions, you know what I'm saying? We're in a great place there. Getting better very recently. I feel very confident. I feel very at peace. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't feel bad about missing the vlogs. I don't feel bad about drinking. That in specific, what you need to gather from this is that I have it solved. Meaning that I've been healed. You know what I mean? I don't want to, but I'm not afraid of it. That's kind of how I see it now. So, I cannot believe how short this was. Like, it's shorter than the 1 week ones. This is for like a whole month. I literally. I'm looking at this list in disbelief. Yeah. That's about it. We're essentially on, like, we have the funds are on the way, basically. I'm not without calculating the potential arbitration settlements. I think by the end of the year, I just have enough to start anew. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, New Year's starts. I'm already, doing what I need to be doing. And I just like set myself up, get the license, get the van, get legal, right? Head over there, like with the intentions of getting a guard card. And then being in that position is already amazing because because of the amount of money that I can be shoveling into my account, like net profit. And then it's just a matter of like, do I have, like, can I still do the rest of my things while doing that? Yeah. So once again, this week we are just going to try to get back on track. We're kind of modifying our expectations to something that seems more sustainable. Um, and it's not about a streak. It's not about nothing like that. It's, pushing yourself and doing the absolute best that you can, basically. So there might be days where it's like, I need to take this day off, and you just do it. Keep track, but just do it. And then hopefully by the end of the year, there's no concern about the amount that I'm using or anything like that. I have collected all of the funds that I need to collect, which, again, I'm not calculating the settlements in there, but the settlements put me way over. You know what I mean? The settlements put me in a place where, plus the school money, it gets me to a spot where I'm not even going to be in debt to do it. Whereas if I get a credit limit increase and I have like about 8,000 or something like that, I can swing it, and then I would have to start working pretty much immediately, and I could pretty much pay it off after like a month or two. That's a little bit more stressful. But then there's I basically have the money on hand, and I have many different options in terms of not working, getting fucking government assistance or some shit like that, actually. But ultimately, the goal is to free up as much time to pursue the things that I want to pursue. And, that starts now, essentially. I'm dragging this on for no reason. Why does it start now? Because I have the time now, basically. You feel me? Yeah, basically at the end of the year, I'm looking at having for certain, I think it's probably going to be the time I make my move. Yeah. So, I think it's 166 more days. We are actually 50% through the year. And if you were to score it, I mean, right, what's 5 out of 6? Yeah, a solid B. That's pretty good. %83% is what it says. If what is 11 out of 12? That's an A, 91. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a return back to doing everything. By the way, it just feels better. honestly. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to do like one full segment here where I'm gonna do a set, and maybe I could try to get the posts in, and I could just do 2 for today as a on-ramping boarding period, and then wake up at a decent time tomorrow and really get it kicked off. So look forward to news about the arbitration, news about the website, and news about how many days I was able to string together doing my new program. All right, deuces.